Picture this. It's 2015, and somewhere in suburban Melbourne, a 16-year-old kid is casually downloading 90 gigabytes of secure Apple files from his bedroom. Not photos, not music, actual internal server data from one of the most valuable companies on Earth. For over a year, this kid repeatedly broke into Apple's mainframe, not to sell secrets or cause chaos, but because he was a fan. He literally told the court he dreamed of working for Apple one day, which is like breaking into Disneyland at night because you really love Mickey Mouse. Eventually, Apple noticed. The FBI got involved. Australian federal police raided his house, seizing laptops and hard drives stuffed with 90 gigabytes of stolen data. So here's our question. Was he a criminal genius who deserved prison, or a security hero who exposed how vulnerable our digital world really is? Because the answer is somehow both, and that should terrify you.
His real name was never released due to Australian youth protection laws, but court documents revealed his username, Hacky Hack Hack. I'm not joking. This kid penetrated one of the most sophisticated tech companies in human history and called himself Hacky Hack Hack. It's like robbing Fort Knox and leaving a calling card that says Steely McSteelface. But here's the weird part. He wasn't a malicious cybercriminal. He was obsessed with Apple, loved the company, wanted to work there someday. So naturally, he decided the best way to get their attention was digital breaking and entering. And this wasn't a one-time mistake. This was a sustained operation lasting over a year. 12 months of repeatedly accessing Apple's secure internal network, downloading files, poking around where he shouldn't be. Most teenagers can't commit to finishing a Netflix series, but this kid maintained a covert hacking operation like it was his after-school job. Apple's security team eventually noticed something was off. Unauthorized access, weird data transfers, digital fingerprints where they shouldn't be. When Apple realizes someone's inside their systems, they don't call mall security, they call the FBI. Even though this happened in Australia, Apple's an American company, so suddenly we've got international law enforcement coordination, all focused on tracking down one teenager in Melbourne. They trace the intrusion, identify the kid, and one morning, Australian federal police show up with a warrant. The raid turns up 2 laptops, multiple hard drives, and phones, all stuffed with 90 gigabytes of Apple's internal files. That's proprietary source code and development tools worth millions of dollars. Here's what saved him from serious prison time. No customer data was compromised. He didn't steal your credit card info or access iCloud accounts, but he did access internal tools and source code. Apple's crown jewels were sitting on a teenager's laptop right next to his homework and probably a folder full of memes. And that's when everyone asked the uncomfortable question, if a 16-year-old with a username like Hacky Hack Hack could get in, who else was already inside?
Black hats are criminals, ransomware crews, identity thieves, people who hack hospitals. They're in it for money or chaos. White hats are ethical hackers. They find vulnerabilities and report them so companies can fix them. Digital security guards probing your bank's firewall at 3 a.m. Gray hats are the messy middle. They break into systems without permission but don't do anything malicious. Legally, a crime. Morally, complicated. Our Apple hacker? Textbook gray hat. Here's where it gets interesting. Tech companies realized trying to stop hackers is like stopping water from flowing downhill, so they started paying hackers to attack them. Bug bounty programs, legal permission slips for breaking into corporate systems. Find a vulnerability, report it, get paid. Sometimes hundreds of dollars, sometimes up to $1 million. Apple now offers one of the most lucrative programs in the world. If Hacky Hack Hack had just asked, he might have gotten paid instead of prosecuted. George Hotz, age 17, became the first person to unlock the iPhone just 5 weeks after its release. Apple and AT&T were furious. George traded his hacked iPhone for a Nissan 350Z and 3 more iPhones. Later, he hacked the unhackable PlayStation 3. Sony sued him. Today, he runs tech companies and works on self-driving cars. From corporate enemy to legitimate entrepreneur. Christopher von Hassel, age 5, the youngest person ever acknowledged by Microsoft for finding a security vulnerability. He wanted to play games on his dad's Xbox Live but didn't know the password. So he discovered that typing the wrong password, then holding spacebar on the verification screen, logged you in anyway. A 5-year-old found a massive security hole by mashing buttons. Microsoft patched it and added his name to their official security research page alongside PhDs. Jack Cable, age 18, discovered a major vulnerability in Cisco systems. Instead of exploiting it, he reported it through their bug bounty program. By high school graduation, he'd earned over $100,000 finding vulnerabilities. Today, he works in cybersecurity for the US government. These kids had the exact same skill set as Hacky Hack Hack. Same curiosity, same technical ability, same rebellious streak. The only difference? They found a legal way to scratch that itch.
Now we hit the uncomfortable part. When does curiosity become crime? Our Apple hacker said, "I'm a fan. I wasn't trying to hurt anyone." And I believe him. But here's the problem. Intent doesn't change the law. He accessed systems without permission, repeatedly, for over a year. Imagine someone breaking into your house every week for a year, not stealing anything, just looking through your stuff, then saying, "I just think your interior design is cool and wanted to work for IKEA someday." You'd still call the cops, right? The Australian judge gave him an 8-month good behavior bond, basically probation, no jail time, no criminal record if he stays out of trouble. The court considered he was only 16, no malicious intent, no customer data compromised. Seems reasonable, right? Why ruin a kid's life over an irresponsible science experiment? But here's what should keep you up at night. Similar cases have resulted in decades of prison time. Aaron Swartz downloaded academic journals from MIT and faced 35 years in federal prison. The pressure contributed to his suicide at 26. Kane Gamble, a British teen who hacked CIA officials, got 2 years in youth detention. So what's the difference? Luck, geography, who you hacked, how good your lawyer is. It's a lottery, and that's terrifying. Should we prosecute talented teens who expose real security flaws? Hacky Hack Hack proved Apple's security had massive holes. A 16-year-old breached them for a year undetected. That's not a bug, that's a crisis. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The same curiosity that drives a teen to hack Apple out of admiration is the exact same curiosity that drives someone else to hack a hospital for ransom. Same skills, same methods, different intentions. George Hotz could have been a cybercriminal. Instead, he's an entrepreneur. Jack Cable could have sold vulnerabilities to criminals. Instead, he protects America's infrastructure. What if the next curious teenager decides to sell, or destroy, or leak? The skills are neutral. The person wielding them matters. And we're terrible at figuring out which is which before it's too late.
Here's the good news. Companies are finally getting smart. Apple now pays up to $1 million for critical vulnerabilities. Google, Microsoft, Tesla, all running bug bounty programs. They're also creating internship programs for young security researchers and clear legal frameworks for responsible disclosure. Kevin Mitnick was the FBI's most wanted hacker in the 1990s, spent 5 years in prison. When he got out, companies hired him. He became one of the most respected security consultants in the world. His legacy? The skills are the same, only the intention differs.
Three things: permission and disclosure, no personal gain from vulnerabilities, working to fix problems, not exploit them.
Our digital infrastructure is fragile. Teenagers can breach Apple from their bedrooms. But we also have brilliant minds who could protect us. Society has a choice: criminalize curiosity or channel it productively. The Apple hacker's story reminds us the line between hero and criminal is razor thin. It's about permission, intent, and what you do with what you find. In our interconnected world, we need these minds on our side. If you're young and curious about how systems work, bug bounty programs, ethical hacking certifications, and cybersecurity careers exist. There's a path that doesn't involve FBI raids. The question isn't whether curious minds will probe our systems, they will. The question is, are we smart enough to recruit them? Right now, there's a 16-year-old staring at a login screen thinking, I bet I could get through that. What happens next depends on whether we give them a better option than crime. The hackers are coming. Will they be wearing white hats or black?